What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing a review for the 1959 movie Sleeping Beauty. So, in this movie, a princess is born in a faraway kingdom and is destined by a terrible curse to prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a deep sleep that can only be awakened by true love's first kiss. Determined to protect her, her parents ask 3 fairies to raise her in hiding, but the evil Maleficent is just as determined to seal the princess's fate. So this is a movie that I've always kind of been mixed on. There are things I love about Sleeping Beauty, but it's never been one of my favorite Disney movies. Even as a kid, it was one of the princess movies that I've watched maybe only 2 or 3 times. I've only seen this movie probably a handful of times and everything, because it's not one that I like to rewatch very often and everything. I will say that big part of it, I think, is because Aurora just doesn't have a lot of screen time and everything, and the movie is marketed as her movie, but she's not really in the movie a lot. And that's, I think, one of my problems with it, and I feel like they could have just done more with the story and everything. I will say, though, that Maleficent was great. I think she was a really good villain, and she's one of my favorite Disney villains. She's awesome and everything. I thought that part was great, and I like that Aurora and Prince Philip meet and stuff and everything, and I love the song "Once Upon a Dream." Just really catchy song and everything, really beautiful song in the movie and everything. So I love that, and I love that whole scene and everything. But most of it, when it's especially the 3 witches and stuff, and they're playing around in the little house, doing magic, making her cake and stuff. As a kid, I always found that scene to be kind of fun, but it also just wasn't as interesting to me. I was more interested in Aurora and stuff like that, or Maleficent, and I think Maleficent is a really great villain. I just wish that she would have had a lot more screen time. As big of a threat as she is and stuff, they don't really do as much with her in the movie as I wish they would have and everything. But I will say the animation is great, though. I think this is one of the ones where they used a new form of animation for the first time, and I think it looks really great and holds up really well and everything. The animation is gorgeous in this movie. And the voice acting is all good. Everybody does a great job with their voice acting and stuff. The characters are likable enough and everything. Like the three fairies are likable, but they kind of get on my nerves too, the way they fight with each other and everything. There's parts where it's funny at first, but it kind of wears down after so long and everything, and they're just not as memorable and stuff. I just never have been a huge fan of this movie. This is the one Disney classic that I watched as a kid that I was never really a big fan of. This is one of the ones that I would consider to be one of my least favorites. So, but Sleeping Beauty is pretty good as far as the animation goes, and the songs are pretty decent, especially the Once Upon a Dream. That's really the main song from the movie that I find to be really memorable or great. But yeah, it could have been a better movie, and to me it just was okay. So I'd say I'd give Sleeping Beauty a 6 out of 10. It's entertaining enough that I can handle watching it and everything, and it's short enough it doesn't really overstay its welcome, but it does drag in the middle, and for being only 75 minutes it does feel a lot longer than it really is and everything, and that sucks when a movie that short has that bad of pacing and stuff. So like I said, aside from the villain and the songs and the animation and stuff, I'm just not like a huge fan of this one. I never really been big on the Sleeping Beauty story. I've always preferred Cinderella and Snow White over Sleeping Beauty and everything, and she just isn't my favorite princess and everything. I haven't really seen any other things to really make me change my mind about Sleeping Beauty, but like stuff, they never really made sequels with Aurora to make me like her even more or anything like they did with Cinderella and stuff. So I just never really got that into this movie or Aurora as one of the Disney princesses. So I'd say I'd give Sleeping Beauty like I said, a 6 out of 10. I think I already said that, but yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Sleeping Beauty, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.